Hey everybody, it's Christy, and today is International Forest Day. And I am here in the wooded area across the street from where I used to teach. This is the area I used to bring students for our outdoor lessons. I went to find my string journal spot to see if my tag was still there, and it is. Can you see it? This is where I would come to do my string journal alongside my students. And so I thought I needed to be in the forest if we're going to celebrate International Forest Day. This is the area where my students used to gather for our lessons before we went off to adventure into the woods. And we are really blessed to have this wooded area to explore and use for learning. I used to lead walks out here. We would write, we would go on adventures to help us understand things we were reading. This is a great wooded area to hold class, and I wish all schools had access to the outdoors like we do. Okay, I found the kind of place I would have loved to play when I was a little girl. I was always looking for a cove area that I could pretend it was my house, or the forest was definitely a place where my imagination could run wild and I could act out stories and ideas out in these plain areas surrounded by trees. And so that's where I found to read today. Because for International Forest Day, we celebrate all that forests represent, all that they bring to us literally, but also what they bring to us spiritually. And one of the things we see, or I find in the presence of a forest, is hope. And so Back to Refuge by Terry Tempest Williams, she talks, in the passage we're going to read today, she talks about the question of how do we find hope? Where do we find hope when we get a cancer diagnosis? What do we do with that? And obviously she's going to talk about the connection to nature. So let's go. How can hope be denied when there's always the possibility of an American flamingo, a roseate spoonbill floating down from the sky like pink rose petals? How can we rely solely on the statistical evidence and percentages that would shackle our lives when red-necked grebes, bar-tailed godwits, and wandering tattlers come into our country? When Emily Dickinson writes, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul," she reminds us, as the birds do, of the liberation and pragmatism of belief. And where's a great place to observe birds and what they represent? The forest. I just saw at least 4 or 5 deer standing here munching away. I tried to get a couple of pictures, but as I got closer, they ran away. So I don't think any of the pictures will show up. But that's just one of these moments where you get a glimpse of wildlife in its natural beauty and the awe that it inspires. They were standing right here. Now they're long gone. Here is the hope that I find in the forest today. Cancer may keep me from teaching full time, but it can't keep me from teaching altogether. And it can't keep me from sharing moments of beauty and awe in nature with the whole world now, thanks to the internet. I have one last message before I leave the woods today. Go Gamecocks! Bring us home another natty! Later, taters. Love you, bye.